Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're bringing you an after-action report of what is honestly probably the most high-stakes dungeon raid we've seen all season. We are unpacking the incredibly explosive premiere of the Crimson Relic. At last, my true master. Wow. That chilling final line from the Shadow Knight, that is exactly how our premiere wraps up. And over the course of this explainer, we're going to break down the absolutely wild sequence of events that actually led up to this moment. Like, how did a complete underdog, a guy armed with literally nothing but a rusty sword, manage to earn the loyalty of a legendary boss that was just wiping the floor with veteran hunters? Well, to figure that out, we first need to look at the Verdant Maw Jungle. This is where the nightmare kicks off, and it completely sets the stage for the expedition. We're talking about this massive, ancient forest getting absolutely hammered by heavy rain. Huge ruins are buried everywhere, and seasoned relic hunters, they're known to just disappear without a trace. The expedition of 20 hunters starts out totally on edge, right? But that tension completely shatters the second Elder Rowan pulls out his old compass. The needle starts spinning wildly, signaling the relic has awakened, and this deeply ominous atmosphere just swallows the whole team. And this brilliantly illustrates a classic character foil we've all seen before. On one side, you've got Doran. Guy relies entirely on brute strength, carries this massive axe, and his arrogance is just off the charts. He actively mocks our protagonist for his trash gear. But then, on the other side, we have Kale. He's silent, carrying this rusty, broken sword, and honestly, he looks pretty nervous. But, as we're going to see, Kale's actual weapon isn't made of steel. It's his relentless, calculated observation. Just look at the timeline of how incredibly fast things go south here. Talk about brutal escalation. Barely 25 seconds in, the environment goes completely dead silent, and then bam! Magical red roots burst out of the earth, dragging screaming hunters right underground. By the 2-minute mark, colossal stone guardians wake up, and right past 3 minutes, the ultimate Shadow Knight boss appears. It's a total masterclass in rising tension, rapidly shifting the threat from deadly plants to ancient boss-level magic in the absolute blink of an eye. So, as those magical vines finally pull back, we get into the Lost Dungeon lore. The earth literally opens up to reveal a ruined staircase glowing with these ancient blue runes. The hunters head underground, and the massive stone gate slams shut behind them. Total darkness. Now, what's really interesting about this is the eerie environmental storytelling. The halls are lit up by floating crystals that cast these huge, creepy shadows over massive, headless stone statues. But the absolute kicker? The terrifying visual clue Kail spots on the floor. He sees fresh footprints entering the room, but 0 footprints leaving. I mean, that instantly sets a suffocating tone of dread. You just know this is a one-way trip. Turn back. Cutting right through that heavy silence, this disembodied whisper echoes around them. The pacing here is pure suspense. Because seconds after that warning, every single one of those headless stone statues opens glowing crimson eyes. The stone cracks, and this chaotic, deadly ambush completely erupts. Which brings us to a huge theme: tactics over brute force. The narrative shifts focus right here to show us that intelligence totally trumps raw physical power in this universe. We see Doran trying to just smash his way through, doing his usual thing, but brute force is failing completely. The massive guardians are just crushing people. But Cal, using that keen observation we talked about, he notices something. Actually, it's a strict 1-second pause in the guardians' movements. They are on a programmed pattern. He shouts to his teammate Mira to attack right after the 3rd step. She trusts him, they strike perfectly within that 1-second window, and boom, guardian destroyed. Brains over brawn is literally the only way to survive. Which leads us straight into the Shadow Knight encounter. If you thought those stone statues were bad, just wait. The energy goes completely off the rails as the surviving team reaches the center of the dungeon for the ultimate boss fight. Let's quickly talk about what they were actually looking for: the Crimson Relic. It's this floating crystal hovering above an altar, pulsing with light like a literal heartbeat. It seemingly holds the power of the entire dungeon. But, of course, before anyone can even think about grabbing it, thick black smoke violently engulfs the room. Out of that smoke steps the boss, a 7-foot-tall Shadow Knight, draped in heavy chains with these piercing white eyes. It just radiates absolute despair. Doran, still thinking he's the tough guy, charges in with his axe. The knight blocks it effortlessly with a single clang, tossing Doran across the room like a rag doll. Then, The boss starts teleporting with impossible speed, silently picking off hunters one by one. It's a total massacre. So the crucial point is how Kale actually defeats something he can't possibly fight. Well, step 1. Amidst all the chaos, Kale notices glowing runic circles changing beneath the night, every single time it attacks. Step 2. He remembers the crystal patterns from the hallway and connects those changing runes directly to the pulsing floating crystal on the altar. And step 3. This is a real game changer. Instead of attacking the invincible knight, Kale hurls his rusty sword directly at the relic itself. It's brilliant puzzle solving that instantly paralyzes the boss mid-attack. The successor awakens. This is the stunning climax of the episode as Kael's broken sword finds its mark. The impact shatters the Crimson Relic into a million glowing fragments, and the entire dungeon starts collapsing around them. But here's the crazy twist ending. The terrifying Shadow Knight slowly turns to Kale and just kneels. A glowing crimson symbol brands itself right onto Kale's hand, the unbeatable boss submitting to the underdog. It so explicitly connects Kale's early observation skills to his ultimate survival and reward. And as Cal wakes up outside the ruined dungeon, a post-credits message echoes in his mind. The first seal has been broken. Welcome, successor of the Forgotten King. Just like that, his legendary status is officially cemented. But we can't just end it there. We get a final, terrifying scene where, far beneath the jungle, something much, much older opens its eyes. So what ancient entity slumbers beneath the jungle? Whatever it is, Kale's new title just woke it up. You're definitely going to want to keep those observation skills sharp because this mystery is just getting started. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time as we continue to unpack this incredible journey.